Do you love movies? So do I. What's up, y'all? It's KB, and I love movies, inviting you to listen to The Conversation, a film podcast where passion meets perspective and opinion. From the old school to the new, I invite a guest on to discuss the movies that thrill us, challenge us, break our hearts, or even blow our minds. There's always new episodes dropping wherever you get your podcasts. So join the conversation. We don't just watch movies. We love talking about them too. The Conversation with KB Loves Movies, a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
The audio commentary. It's a dying art form, but here at One Track Mind, I, your wonky yet affable host Ryan Luis Rodriguez, analyze film through the prism of these embryonic forms of podcasting, one audio commentary at a time. Masterpieces, crapster pieces, live action, animation, cult classics, films literally no one has ever heard of. No track is too small and no track is too big. Join me and my guests from the entertainment world as we keep these features alive every other Tuesday. Hey, who else is going to discuss Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey one week and Citizen Kane the next? Us. That's who. Sure, you have to put up with my voice, but there's a certain give and take in this industry. That's One Track Mind, part of the Someone's Favorite Productions family, and available wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back, Midnight viewers, to Father Malone's weekly Roundup, the only 20-minute or so podcast co-hosted by a pug. Yes, that is you. The lovely Miss Ripley Jean. She's got a great pick for tonight from the land of classic cinema. I've got a more recent, 30 years is a recent development, right? 30 years ago? Absolutely. In my adult brain, that makes sense. And we've got a televised recommendation like we do every week. No, that's a lie. We didn't have any time for any new television series, so it's all cinema all the time. That's right. It's a 3-movie week. Well, technically a 6-movie week, 5. I don't know. We'll get to it. It all makes sense when we get there. So let's go. Let's fucking go. Topical reference for Deadpool, the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I mean, you never heard of it. Quit being so cool. All right? It's all right. There, not so topical reference. Our first choice is brand spanking new. You can get it on Peacock for free. You like high concept? I love high concept, even if it's a B or C movie trying to pull it off. This is a movie about a group of criminals assembled anonymously to kidnap a young girl who happens to be a ballerina. They're supposed to take her to a rambling old mansion and await instructions. That's not the high concept, okay? The team is fractious at best, so it's going to be a high-tension thriller as these criminals start chewing off their own legs. Except the house locks down and the little girl is a vampire. Now you're in high concept. This is Abigail. Here's the trailer.
You all came highly recommended. You know the rules. No real names, no backstories, no cell phones.
So whose kid is she?
A very wealthy man who's about to be $50 million poorer.
I'm here to make sure you're safe.
What's your name? Mine's Abigail.
You can call me Joey.
Do you have any kids?
I have a little boy.
See you in 24 hours.
Do you know what a pinky promise is? If you behave and do as we say, Like Pinky promised you. It'll all be over soon.
Joey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about what's gonna happen to you.
What the fuck?
Shit, we gotta get out of here.
I think she knows something.
Guys.
What the fuck is that thing?
We kidnapped a fucking vampire. A ballerina vampire. Okay, how do we kill a vampire? What are we talking about? Like an Anne Rice or a True Blood? You know, Twilight? Stake through the heart. Daylight is a big one.
All right, let's go kill us a fucking vampire. Ready? Vampire on my ass!
What can I say? I like playing with my food.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! She's fucking flying! I fucking hate ballet.
It's got Melissa Barrera from the last couple of Scream movies, Kevin Durand, who's one of those rare breeds of actor, the large, muscly character actor. He was one of the Tremor brothers back in Smokin' Aces, and he's the villainous chimp in the latest ape movie, Kingdom of the Apes, I guess. Also in the cast are Catherine Newton, Dan Stevens, Giancarlo Esposito, and Alicia Weir as the eponymous vampire. On the surface, it's a whole lot of From Dusk Till Dawn. Criminals suddenly encounter the undead. But it's way less chaotic than that movie. And the plot and characters actually ramp up in the second half of this movie. I don't think there's as much gore, but the gore here is way more effective. It's a measured film. It's far less happenstance even. The production design is fantastic. The mansion that they're trapped in is straight out of Dark Shadows, and the vampire stuff is brutal. I love scary vampires. I miss scary vampires. They got too sexy during the 90s. Like, now they're all just sad people who want to die. Like, I want this feral creature who wants to rip your throat out. We get that here. And we also get a bit of cool lore building where the sort of main vampire, every vampire she turns, she can kind of marionette them. That's really cool. There are some good twists along the way. I know I'm not going to reveal them here, but I will say that the film does slow down at one part for two characters to dance a ballet to the Misfits. I don't know if I can recommend this movie any higher now. Abigail, again, it's on Peacock. Ballerina vampire. What are you waiting for? Oh, you want to do yours? What are you talking about then? Fine, I'll go. Okay, Abigail was the new one, so let's go back to 1997 and 1994 and 2024 for that matter. This week, I relinquished all of my daytime credentials and joined the Nightwatch. Now, this isn't that Russian supernatural film from around 2000 and its weirdo sequel, Daywatch. We'll probably get to those at some point, but we're talking about the Ewan McGregor, Josh Brolin, Patricia Arquette, Nick Nolte, John C. Reilly, and Brad Dourif horror flick.
I think the best attitude to take is that you'll have plenty of quiet time for studying. Assuming the idea of it doesn't bother you, some people it bothers.
So I'll be alone here at night.
Didn't they tell you? Well, sometimes an ambulance or police comes in, but apart from that, it's just you and them.
Martin Bells was a full-time student who needed a nighttime job.
How could you give away all your nights without talking to me first? It's a test. I'm testing myself.
You don't think it's weird?
I have a pretty high tolerance to that sort of thing.
But he just accepted the wrong one.
A 17-year-old girl was found dead this evening. The third in as many weeks and the sixth in the last 2 months.
I saw her in the hallway.
Now,
Deputy Inspector Bill Davis, this is new night watchman, Martin Bells.
A series of murders.
When you're dead, you're dead. What difference does it make what someone does to you?
Have invaded his life.
I've interrogated murderers like this one before. Let me tell you, they are well beyond the need to justify what they do. They just do it.
In the mind of the police.
Tell me, Martin, you did your rounds last night?
Of course, why?
I see a dead girl. Now the doctor tells me you're the only one that's been in here.
He's the prime suspect.
They know who it is?
They have a suspect. It's me.
Boy, they got the wrong guy.
He didn't do it. Martin is not a murderer.
I think someone is trying to frame me.
Martin, if this is what I think it is, there's someone very dangerous standing right behind you in the dark, breathing down your neck.
And in the eyes of a killer, he's the next victim. Ewan McGregor, Patricia Arquette, Josh Brolin, and Nick Nolte.
Tell me something, Martin. Are you still going to maintain your innocence?
Nightwatch.
I have a weird history with this film. Back in '96, I was a projectionist at a theater in Santa Monica, and we used to have odd screenings from time to time. A lot of short films, usually in November and December. They would play early in the morning. We would technically be open and selling tickets, but there was no advertising at all, and really people didn't even know we were open. But those were so the short films could all qualify for Academy Award consideration. I must have seen hundreds of short films, none of them good. Yeah, no, it was rare. Anyway, one year we were doing the AFM, which is the American film market. That's where independent features screen their films in the hopes of picking up a distributor. Two things happened at this particular marketplace. The contact man from A&M, a fellow named Mike, he ended up teaching me how to surf. Here's a typical conversation between them. Hey, man, could you tell me some surfer terms? Yeah, what do you want to know? What's a Grammy? A Grammy? Aw, man, that's like a kook, you know? You dig? I did not dig. The other takeaway was being knocked out by this film, Nightwatch. Now, I don't know about you, but I've had a vast array of careers over the years, and I always tend, whenever possible, to take the most solitary position available. So the prospect of a night watchman at a morgue, that seems pretty tantalizing to me, which is the premise of the film. Ewan McGregor, doing his worst American accent, stars as Martin, a college student who's using the lonely nights at the morgue to study. If only there weren't a serial killer on the loose with a penchant for necrophilia. The film debuted sort of in that 1997. This was the wave of serial killing was cresting in popular entertainment. So this one kind of got lost in the shuffle, which is a drag. It was directed by Ole Bornedal. This Nightwatch is actually a remake of a film from 1994 from Denmark, also called Nightwatch, also directed by Ole Bornedal. When it came to Americanize his film, he said, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Although he is rather ably assisted by a screenplay co-authored by Steven Soderbergh for the American version. Now, I had never watched the original, so I figured, what the hell, let's do it this week. And for once, I gotta say, well, not once, maybe the fourth or fifth time, I like the remake a lot more than I like the original. The only real selling point, the story is similar, the shot choices are similar, except the American one seemed a bit harder edged and a little bit more attuned to terror. But what the original Danish film has, and why I'm recommending it as well, is a lead performance by Nikolaj Walder-Koster. No, that's not right. Nikolaj Coster-Waldau. He is Jaime Lannister on the run of Game of Thrones, and it is absolutely shocking to see him so young here. And if you're interested, he is very casually, full-frontally nude for a portion of the film. But it's the American film you ought to see. It's the film that made me realize that Josh Brolin is more than a Goonie. And how can anyone have a bad time watching 2 hours with Patricia Arquette on screen? She truly rests at the top of the Arquette pyramid. And despite the accent, McGregor is really solid here. Weirdly, a sequel to Nightwatch came out this year, and it's available. You can see it right now. It is also directed by Ole Bornedal. And it is actually a sequel to the Danish film. So Nikolaj Coster-Waldau is back. Actually, most of the cast is back. And this one is centering on the lead character's daughter. It's called Nightwatch: Demons Are Forever, and it's on Shudder. The original, the 1994 one, that is also on Shudder. But the one I'm recommending, the American one, the one that I'm telling you is the really good one, and you don't have to watch the other ones, well, you'll have to pay for that. I'm sorry. But it's only like $3. Fine, what's your choice? It better be free. Yeah, Hulu counts. You know what? Speaking of Hulu, actually speaking to Hulu, hey guys, how you doing? You do know that a hour-long stand-up special filmed on video is not a movie, right? It's weird because every time I go searching through movies, new movies, it's 1,000 stand-up specials. It's not a movie. Are you listening to me? You hear what I'm saying? It's not a movie. Anyway, here's the trailer for Ripley's Pick.
It's the kind of house they don't build anymore. A relic of a time when the world wasn't in such a hurry, when there was still time for a little charm and elegance. It has stood empty for a long while, and at the price, it is a bargain. For a growing young family, it is almost too good to be true.
What do you think?
I love it.
James Brolin, Margot Kidder, Rod Steiger in the Amityville Horror.
God's peace in this house.
Hello,
Kathy?
Father Delaney, there's something very important.
Mommy, I want to go home.
What do you want from us?
What's so going on? We have to do something.
I'm coming apart! Oh, Mother of God, I'm coming apart!
28 days after the Lutz family moved into their dream house, they were running for their lives. What happened to them is an experience in terror you will never forget, and you will believe in the Amityville Horror. From the best-selling book that made millions believe in the unbelievable, the Amityville Horror.
The Amityville Horror? What possessed you? Oh, come on. But seriously, what possessed you? Oh, I got too much Josh, not enough James. Gotcha. Well, James Brolin is front and center in all of his permed glory. This is the entirely fabricated true story of the Lutzes, who bought a murder house on Long Island in the early 70s, got turned around on the mortgage, cried ghost, and got a book deal. The whole case might have been bullshit, but I love the movie. In his nonfiction Ode to Horror Dance Macabre, Stephen King referred to the sight of Margot Kidder topless and wearing leg warmers as, quote, not too tacky, unquote, to which I say, long live the tacky. It's a movie striving at every opportunity to go over the top. And I mean way over, like in orbit. But because the filmmaker, Stuart Rosenberg, has a modicum of restraint, James Brolin and Rod Steiger pick up that overwrought ball and they fucking run with it. Not just to the end zone either. They're sprinting down the hallways, out the exit, and further down a street. We can't even see them anymore. There have been dozens of sequels to this and a couple of remakes and some documentaries. The only two you need to see are this, the 1979 original, and the episode of In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy. That actually scared me more than the movie as a kid. I'm making it sound bad if you haven't seen it, so let me reiterate. I love this fucking movie. I love the freaky red eyes outside the window. I love the black goo that's under the stairs. I love that woman who gets possessed and yells, "It's a doorway to hell." That and it's a movie that always makes an audience member ask the question, why are you going back for the dog? Because it's a member of the family, you insensitive prick. And this movie manages to predict the future, at least advertise it. Listen to this advertisement for a movie that came out 35 years later, Jordan Peele's Academy Award winner.
Get out.
Now, if that doesn't say it, I don't know what will. The Amityville Horror is a lot of things. Fun is kind of at the top of it. I'm not going to say these are great performances, but they are certainly fun. I'm just going to keep saying fun because if you go in with that attitude, you're going to love the hell out of the movie. It's from 1979, Amityville Horror. It's available on Max, streaming right now. Wow, we went all the way with horror this week. I love it. And I think that's going to wrap it up for the Roundup. Thanks for joining us week in, week out. You are helping immeasurably. As of this recording, July 2024 is our highest rated month ever. In fact, we passed 10,000 downloads at the beginning of the month, but nevertheless, this month is doing better than the rest. And that's all thanks to you. So if you want to keep telling your friends about it or recommending it or giving us 5 stars on the Apple, that would also be very welcome. This Friday, we're going to have a very special crossover episode with Paul Waller, the host of A Year in Horror podcast. We are sitting down to take a look at The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill specifically and Creepshow in general. Tune in for that on Friday. It is great. He is massively entertaining. And once again, thanks for joining us. Stay scared.
Hello, this is Aaron West. I am the author of the A24 New Wave. In this book, I look at A24's output and I make the argument that we are in a new wave movement right now. A24 plays a major role. This book has a supplemental podcast where each episode is a brief conversation about an A24 related topic, whether an actor, director, or even a genre. As I continue research for the book and conduct interviews, I expect to record podcast episodes with people involved with the company. You can find the podcast at cinejourneys.com or wherever you find podcasts, and we are proud to be members of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.